looks like another OG classic is making a return. Yo, what's going on with your YouTube? Jumpman Chris here, recording back at y'all with another vid, guys. So, Z Sneakerhead just break the news and Sneaker File, so shouts to them. So, expecting another classic OG colorway Air Jordan 1. And I know some people gonna say Air Jordan 1s is not really it. Jordan 1's kind of phasing out. But don't sleep on when they do some OG colorways, if they do it right. And I've been waiting for the longest time since they've been doing this whole 85 high colorways. Like we were waiting for that one OG colorway, like a Chicago one, like a Royal, and that's what we're getting in 2025. So they usually do an OG high 85 once a year. They retail about $200, and we are going to be getting the bread colorway, which is very exciting. This colorway here, one of the best OG colorway Air Jordan 1s, and it will be in the OG 85 high format, which I think is about damn time. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I got some 85s, I got the Jordan, I almost got all of them actually. I just didn't get this year's, which was the metallic burgundies. Didn't really care for it. Old 85 high Air Jordan 1s, the leather is super duper stiff, but over time you break them in, it feels all right. Like, it doesn't really, I don't know, man. I've worn mine a couple times. It always seems to hurt my feet, I'm not gonna lie. People tell me you gotta break them in, and I'm like, bro, I don't know, man. It is a little stiff though, I'm not gonna lie. So I can see a lot of newcomers when they're trying to get into the bread 85s, they might complain how stiff the leather is. I just think the quality is actually nice. This is how it was when they first did the whole 85 back in the day. So that's why you see a lot of 85s, you know, they're built like tanks. You can actually rock some 85s out there, like some OGs. They're taken care and, you know, worn pretty well, so they will last you guys forever. But now we're finally getting a bread colorway. Like, that is super exciting. I was saying for the longest, like, you know, just wait till we get something crazy. Like, I was thinking the first colorway would be a Chicago, which would be insane, even though we just got the lost and found. So I figure we wouldn't get an old 85 high Chicago. So next best, getting the bread colorways. That's right. And the last time we had a good bread colorway, I mean, if you want to count the reimagined breads, which was the patent leather breads, if you want to count those came out, what, like 3 years ago? And the last time these came out was 2016. And then we had also the bands with the X on the back. Those came out, was a B grade, 2011. So it's been a while since we had a bread colorway. It's about time. It's about that time. Usually with 85 highs, they usually release around a February date. Like, you know, these came out during February, March, something like that. Same with the Georgetowns and even the neutral whites, stuff like that. So expect it to be around that time in 2025. It's probably gonna retail at $200. My only concern is that usually when they do 85 highs, they make them somewhat kind of limited. Like, they're not like a super GR or like a GR and they're at every store. It's like an OG high one. Like, we see OG high ones almost at every store. They're sitting on shelves, but we don't see a lot of 85 highs. They're not in stores everywhere like all your Foot Lockers and JD Sports. They're just kind of, they're pretty limited. And I get it, maybe because it's that $200 retail, but for something like this, I feel like, I hope they mass produce it. I hope they put it everywhere. I know it's gonna be kind of a, I don't know, I feel like Jordans, you know, $200 price point is not that bad nowadays, because we're seeing Air Jordan 4s at like $215. You're seeing regular OG Jordans or regular GR Jordans at $210, $200. So asking an 85 high at $200 doesn't seem that crazy in today's world, even though I feel like the prices on Nikes and Jordans has just been insane as of lately. I still hope they mass produce it so they can make it easier for a lot of people to cop, and there's there's plenty of pairs out there. I just have a feeling that it's gonna be kind of tough to get these. I'm just fair warning people right now, because usually with 85 highs, they do not make a lot of pairs. They usually do not. We saw with the black and whites, we saw it with these, we saw it with the neutral grays, even the Georgetowns, the 85 highs, they don't really make a lot. It's usually somewhat limited. So with that being said, a bread colorway, I still think it'll be fresh. Like, I still think it's gonna be a good shoe. I remember 2016 when these first came out. you know, these came out, I got my W at JD Sports, or back then it was Finish Line. But, you know, I was very happy and fortunate to get these. This is one shoe that I really wanted, and I was able to get 2 W's. So I got one at Foot Action and also in Finish Line back in 2016. If you guys remember, I actually did videos back in the day for any of my OG followers. And some other classic OG colorways returning in 2025 that I'm kind of not that excited for, but I think it's cool. I think it's cool for the people that just now get into it. You know, the Flu Games, if you guys like these, I think is another classic Air Jordan 12. Honestly, when they do come out next year, I don't think I'm gonna cop, just to say, because like I don't like, look at mine came out back in 2017, I want to say 16, and I haven't really worn mine anything crazy. Like, it's still in pretty good condition. So I, you know, especially with the 12s, man, I feel like they're built like tanks. Like, they last pretty well as long as you don't beat the crap out of them. I have worn them though. I swear I have worn them. They still look fresh, man. They still look brand new. It's been almost like 10 years. But I don't need another pair. I really don't, you know? It's just, it's cool though. It's definitely cool. It's definitely a great colorway, especially for Air Jordan 12, you know, a classic. I'm just wondering, like, why haven't we got a re-retro of the Taxi 12s? Like, what happened? Why? You know, it's been a long time since we had a Taxi 12. These came out in like 2014. So it's definitely, I felt like we should have got the Taxi 12s over the Flu Games. But that's just me. Even though, you know, maybe some people do like the Flu Games better. Which is, understand, hey, you know, it's definitely more of a bigger story on the Flu Game. Which was kind of crazy because I remember that year in 2000, I think it was 2016. Man, these both came out in 2016? Yeah, it's been a while. But I remember when the Flu Games first came out, man, everybody wanted these things. Everybody was going crazy. There was mad lines out the door for Finish Line. They used to do guaranteed tickets on Monday, and that line was like out the door. Like, it was crazy. But overall, you know, it was, everyone basically got their pair. It was like a super GR. I think that was a year of the 12s, man. Like, they came out a lot of 12s that year. Like, different colorways and stuff. Like, they came out, even the French Blues, these. I was hoping to get the Taxi 12s, but the Taxi 12 just came out in 2013, a year before, or a couple years before. And we haven't got the playoffs until recently. So I was waiting for, you know, and 12s, guys, like, you know, in 12s, this is the era that I grew up on. My first Air Jordan 12s I've ever bought as a kid was the Cherry 12. So I still have the 12s near and dear to my heart, even though 13s are still my favorite. But, you know, it's okay, man. I still appreciate the OGs, man. Gotta appreciate them. So, still exciting news, guys. Like I said, we got 85 high bred Air Jordan 1s is being announced, which is crazy. I think in the 85 format as well. I'm just wondering now, will that kind of diminish the hype for the next upcoming reimagined Black Toe that we haven't seen official pictures yet? I mean, Black Toes is still a cool colorway. It's still great. I think a lot of people like them. And, you know, it's a classic colorway again. But I just feel like the bands, the breads, like, it's more of a storytelling, and people really kind of mess with the breads, you know? I mean, the breads is probably a better colorway, but the Black Toes, you can't sleep on it either. I'm just waiting for official pictures, what they're gonna look like. You know, I know it's gonna have the Air Jordan instead of the wing logo, so that's kind of So I don't know, with this announcement, every time when they do an announcement like this, they always kind of kill off. Like, I just kind of hate when they leak it too early, because it kind of kills off the next releases coming up. Then people's like, you know what, I'm just gonna wait for the 85 highs, because these are coming out holiday season. Wait a couple more months, you just get the breads. I don't know, maybe I'm just thinking crazy. But anyway, guys, hey, just want to say, hey, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. If you guys don't mind, please hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if it's your first time here. Comment down below, and please hit that bell for all the notifications when I do drop vids. And don't forget to follow me on my social media at Chris on IG, sometimes on Twitter, and don't forget Snapchat. I'm also on TikTok. Anyway, guys, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. I'm Chris. Peace.